So apologies, you're seeing me at 7:20 in the morning. I did this live a few minutes ago, and sod's law, guess what happened? The audio kicked up and played up. So I'm live again, and we'll see if this works. Here we go. Hallelujah. Right. I want to talk about systemizing your LinkedIn content and systemizing it into something that brings you leads. Now, I'll tell you the story. I was talking in the last 24 hours, I was talking to somebody with 135,000 followers. And every post that they're pushing out on LinkedIn, every post is going absolutely nuts. So they're getting like 700 likes and 300 comments and all this stuff. And as I was talking to them, they were saying to me, you know, the follower count, the views, the likes, everything was rocking and rolling. But they had one problem. It had no leads, no inbound inquiries, no nothing for 3 months. And you might go, what? Guess what the content was? Inspirational, motivational stuff. It wasn't relevant. And I'm gonna give you some value here. I have to watch. I nearly swore then because I turned my finger around. I'm going to give you some value here that's actually going to help you think about this in a very different way. There's two camps of people on LinkedIn that are struggling to get leads. The first one is the over promoters. So everything's company content. This is what we're doing. Look how wonderful we are. Buy our stuff, all that kind of stuff. So you've got that group. And of course, that doesn't work. It's counterintuitive because you think the more time you talk about your business, the more brand exposure you get. But actually, nobody engages with it. So your visibility of that content goes down. And the reason why it doesn't perform well is because over the last 10 years, we've been trained to spot ads. Think about it. A promotional post is just a free ad. That's all it is. It's a free ad. And so that's the reason why it doesn't work. Now, I don't mean you don't promote, because I firmly believe in it, but that's not why people will follow you, and that's not why people will buy from you. That's just education. That's education you put into the field to make people aware of something, but actually the value is not in telling people how amazing your stuff is. So the second group of people, so the over promoters are basically doing ads, promo ads, leaflet dropping basically. The other group are doing something that seems smart, but actually is a bit crappy, is actually finding, funny TikTok videos, motivational videos, and they're sharing them and they're blowing up. So they do a video, or get a video from TikTok of a tortoise with a snail on its back and talk about some real life story or something. Or you'll see, and I'm being sensitive here, I'm not saying that all posts are like this, so don't try and confuse me here. LinkedIn has been brilliant about talking about mental health. I think it's been fantastic. I'm not picking at that at all. But there are some people who are going, actually, people respond more to human stories. So maybe I share something of my life every week. No problem with that either. But some people have a personal tragedy and a personal sob story every flipping week. And it's like, that's not really helping your personal brand. That's not really helping you build the trust and interest in your business. You're not going to get leads doing that. So here's the thing I want you to think about. And this is a kind of key thought you need to grab hold of. Ask yourself why somebody would follow you. Ask yourself this. So here's the killer. If people choose to follow you because of your promotional content, right? So somebody goes, I love that Dean. He talks about his products all the time. He talks about how his business works all the time. I'm going to follow that. It's not going to happen, is it really? Let's be honest. Yeah. Unless they're a diehard fan. Yeah. Most of your connections are not diehard fans. So that's not going to happen. Then you look at the TikTok video. So I've put my tortoise with a snail on and talked about that. Or I've told them how, I tripped up in the street and it made me cry. Are people going to follow that? Maybe. They might follow me if I make them laugh or make them smile or something like that. So I'm growing an audience of people who go, Deanie's a funny guy. It's going to get me leads? No. I've become an entertainment show. And people have bought in for the entertainment. Now, could I sell a joke book to them? Probably. Could I sell them how they can grow their business and scale with organic social media? Not well. I know somebody with more than 500,000 followers who right now is cold pitching. I've got no problem with DMs. So if they're done right, no problem. Cold pitching people saying that they can help them become an expert in the field. Yet they have 500K plus followers. So ask yourself, why do you want to be followed? And I'll give you the answer. Yeah. Sarah, I'm so bored of the personal tragedy. I was thinking about stumping my toe and maybe taking a picture of my toe and maybe me crying or something, maybe it will work. I'm sure people will see the need to buy my training programs for if I stump my toe. I'm being sarcastic, obviously. Here's the thing. You want people to follow you because you want a certain group of people to follow you because your content is useful. So what do I mean by useful? It means they can do something with it. It makes them think clearer. It gives them something, helps them reinforce their goals. It helps them want to pursue their goals. It must be useful. And the promo group are not useful. And the motivational sob stories, comedy hour, are entertainingly useful. Now, I see some people who are kind of combining the two, entertainingly useful and doing it about their business. I get that. I don't know exactly how successful it is, but I can see it could work. But if you can't do that, just be useful. And here's my final bit. Give useful information. Because information is not what's going to, information is everywhere, right? Google, there's somebody else doing similar stuff to you, giving information away. If you look at some of the big gurus, Tony Robbins and people like that, you can buy their book and learn everything they got to know. But thousands of people still pay $3,000 to go and hear him in person. Thousands of people will pay $100,000 to actually work with Tony Robbins or Tony Robbins coaches. So don't stress about being useful to being overly useful, because there's some people who will never be able to implement all the things you do, and they'll come back for your help because they trust you because of the value they've had in the past. Yeah. I think we can deal with the Facebook crowd. I think, once it settles down, it won't be too bad. So this is the key. And if you want to get leads from content, there's two elements to it. The first bit is obviously the posts, but the posts is a little bit of a long game because people have to see lots of content from you to build up that picture that you are incredibly useful. They also need to see a series of promotional posts so that they can realize, oh, this is how you can help me. So you need to have those posts. It's a bit of a long game, but you will get those people who come to you and say, I've been seeing your posts for a while now. They are such easy people to convert because they've already bought into you. If you've been useful, they have bought into you. So the trust level is really high. Now, outside of that, I have a little strategy, which I'm teaching in a program I'm starting in August called See, Taste, Buy. See is about the visibility. So what do you do to get the visibility? Taste is about how do people sample your value, your usefulness. And then buy is about following that up to create the opportunities to give them more value through your services. See, taste, buy, dead simple. So look, hopefully that's been useful, that you should be useful. So ask yourself every time you post, what's the point of this post? Is it useful? Now, of course, do a little bit, hit the mic, do a little bit of personal stuff because it adds value. Yeah, adds value. So do a bit of personal stuff, but it's a mix. But you should always look at your content over the week and go, was this useful to my target audience who need my help? Was it useful? Did it help them understand their problem better? Did it give them something actionable to try and do with it? Did it help them see how you approached to solve that problem? And did it help them reinforce the image that you are the person who can help them? So have a think about that. Be careful about over promoting or going down the funny turtle videos, or, stumping your toe in the street, or, anything like that. Find the mix, but ask yourself, am I useful to the people who need what I sell? Now, there's a strip along the bottom. This is a program I'm running in August. If you want to know more about it, 6 weeks, we help you fix this, implement this, and systemize it so you get leads every week from content. Sounds interesting? Drop me a line. I'll tell you more, but make sure you are useful.